So, as we move along this morning, we want to talk about the community hub. And we are actually looking at connecting lives, changing communities. It's an Agri-Hack Talent Competition, Caribbean Agri-Hack Competition. I've got with me Atiba Phillips, Chairman of the Community Hub. Good morning to you. Nicholai Rajkumar, who is a team member, and Kris Adams.
Yeah.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you this morning?
Excellent.
Fine. Thank you so much for joining us. I know, well, you guys have to be in school anyway, so you have to be up early, and so do you, Atiba.
Right.
Tell us, Atiba, what is the Community Hub? Connecting lives, changing communities. Give me some feedback on that.
All right. So the Community Hub is a non-profit organization we started in about 2009, and it's about helping young people in communities through ICT and through programs that are based on ICT. We've run programs before in terms of ICT and crime, ICT and education, e-waste, and now ICT and agriculture, which gets us to why we're here this morning. Some of the young people who took part in a prior program that we did last year on website design and building also took part in a national competition called the Agri-Hack Talent Caribbean, and though they formed themselves in a team across 2 schools, Success Laventil and St. George's College, and that team won. That team was, of course, there were other teams in the competition from other schools and from UTT and from Costad and so on, but this team won. It was the youngest set of folks, 14 and 15 and so. And so they went to the regional competition where they did creditably as well. They didn't win, but they wowed pretty much everybody. And so they built this mobile application, which is about helping farmers to get information about best agronomic practices, etc. And they're here today to talk about all that good stuff that they've done over the last.
Well, before we even talk about that, I want to make mention of the fact that when you think about the farmer in, let's say, 1950 or 1960, and if you had said to the farmer, well, you'd be able to use computers or ICT to actually help you be, or help your productive levels, he or she would have said, what's that? No
Correct.
way.
Yeah.
And I think even more so, the generation now farmer who is still part of generation past, it's still difficult for them to make that connection. And I do know that, of course, the various ministries, food production, working very hard to bridge that gap so that we can at least have a particular level where, of course, ICT would be able to assist in increasing the levels of productivity. So that's most important, and that needs to be commended. Gentlemen, how do you feel about ICT and agriculture, and how did you both get involved in this project? Nicholai, I'll let you speak first.
Well, we started a year ago around this time with a community hub project for website building, and from there we were invited to our app development program in the August vacation. It was a 1-week program, and after it finished, we were notified that there was the Agri-Hack Talent Competition. So we went and took part and so on.
All right. Kris, tell me a little bit about.
Well, it's about the same thing for me because we were on the same journey together.
All right. What school do you go to?
I attend Success Laventil.
And I go to St. George's College.
St. George's College. So how does this now, I mean, you have your regular day at school, but you have to make sure that you have things in place, you have to organize this project, you have to make sure that you guys are on top of your game. How does that now, how do you balance your schoolwork and this project itself?
Well, for me, after school, actually, all the members after school, we go to the community hub where we meet to work on the application. That's basically every day. Well, most days on which we can come. And for me, I do my work late in the night, so I'll basically get all my work done in the night time, and the next day I'm ready for the next day.
And Kris?
Well, it's just basically about planning.
I like that. Tell me more.
You just need to put aside your team plan, make sure you have time for your schoolwork, have time for app development, have time for school.
So
all that.
time management for
Yeah,
you.
time
You're doing that
management.
quite early.
Yes.
All right. Do you have time for recreation to hang out with your friends otherwise?
Yes.
Seeing that you're doing so much time management.
Yeah, basically, because you still can't be in work all the time, working. You need to have some kind of thing put aside with your friends too. So maybe on the weekends you have it to hang out with your friends.
I see a heavy-duty entrepreneur. His name in the limelight in a few years to come. Atiba, tell me, just give me a breakdown on the competition itself and how does it work?
All right, so the competition it was championed by the CTA, which is the Center for Technical and Rural Cooperation and Agriculture. It's a EU ACP body, Africa, Caribbean, Pacific, and so they ran a competition in Africa in June, July timeframe, and it was successful. So they brought it to the Caribbean. Of course, the Caribbean is multi-domestic, so there are a number of countries. I think 8 countries took part, and the community was asked to oversee the national thing for Trinidad. So we had to be a little bit agnostic, even though our persons who had gone through the program were participating, and so they won. And then we went to the regional finals in Suriname, where there were 8 teams there. Majority of teams were from university students and semi-professional, because it was really it was youth from 18 to 35. But we entered these guys who were 14 and 15 and stuff. So we had to do a little negotiating. And again, they did a really creditable job. They were very competitive. And they also were able to catch the eye of NAMDEVCO, who was across there for the Caribbean Week, because this happened in the context of the Caribbean Week of Agriculture, as well as a Guyanese outfit, the Guyana rice marketing company. So they have a task ahead of them to complete the app over the next 6 months and put it out there.
I do have to wrap up, but I just want to ask this last question. What kind of impact do you think ICT and agriculture coming together? Where do you see us heading in the next 10 to 15 years, given the fact that we are embracing generation today, now, and allowing them to utilize ICT? How do you think, what sort of impact do you think that will have on the industry, especially given the fact that we need to be self-sufficient when it comes to food production?
Well, let me say that there are 3 things that are happening here. Youth are getting involved in agriculture, which is a huge deal, because of course the aging farmer population and so. And then of course all businesses are information businesses. The farmers need to know when is the best time to plant, what crops the market is demanding, what type of fertilizer needs to be used, what type of soils grow best, etc., etc., and what type of farming techniques get the most yield and most profit. So the inclusion of ICT in agriculture is timely. It also causes it to be more attractive to younger people to get involved in agriculture. And it also gives an outlet for young people like these to really shine, using things that they're natively good at to get involved in stuff that they wouldn't have had access to before.
I do need to put a pin in it. Clearly I've overstepped my time. Kris, thank you so much. Nicholai, Atiba Phillips, Chairman of the Community Hub. It's all about the Caribbean Agri-Hack Competition.